Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Hope you're all well today. Today we are going to talk about responsible use of AI for teaching and learning. The speaker today is Hasnain Zafar Baloch. He is from Malaysia. He is a senior manager of e-learning with IMU. In this role, Hasnain manages and leads e-learning team consisting of instruction designer, graphic designer, multimedia designer, LMS administrator, portal management, providing all aspects of online, blended, open, and distant learning. He is a visiting professor for e-learning at the School of Medicine, Medical Education and Learning Technologies at Shahid Beheshti University of Medical Science. He has more than 25 years of hand-on experience in e-learning. So, Brother Hasnain, thank you for joining us today and sharing the new world of AI with us. Please, the mic is yours. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Sister Skina, and thanks to SIVU for arranging this session. I think AI is not new. Now, I mean, I came across this term 1999 when I was doing my master's. And even before that, I heard, like we watch in movies, So, and for last, I would say 3 years, this hype, which those algorithms or those applications which were accessible by scientists in the labs, 3 years ago, it was like roll out to public domain. Thanks to our devices, hardware, because the phones we are carrying nowadays is actually faster than the first computer I used, Commodore 64K. That was just the memory or RAM that computer was having. And then huge amount of data access and processing speed is very fast. So cost of computing, electricity, everything goes down. That's why when we got this chat GPT and generative AI, so that's where everybody got access, and we start like it was excitement for public. But for me, I was like feeling, I actually had a debate with my dean back 1999 because I came all the way from Pakistan to do my master's at USM. So I asked him, the subjects you are teaching us, I never saw any job related to that. Actually, I covered natural language processing, expert systems, neural networks as a subject. But now all these are actually foundation of what applications we are using. So thanks to all the participants, and feel free to use chat. On my right side, chat is always on. Anything which is not clear or any question, feel free to post and I will cover it. Title I picked up is responsible use. I last time used ethics, but ethics is like subjective to different communities, culture, different countries. So I change it to responsible use of AI for teaching and learning. And thanks to Prof. Shabi, he actually initiated a discussion on our group. Feel free to go and read about AI summit in Paris on 14th, just I think 1 day ago. Yeah. So, okay. So I use topic responsible use of AI for teaching and learning. So I will be starting, giving you introduction very quickly, then ethical framework. Let me clear. Okay. I was clearing somebody actually annotated. Yeah. So introduction, then I will touch a bit on UNESCO ethical framework. Now I was actually monitoring, there are a lot of countries already, they had at national level some kind of framework. And the recent one was Nigeria. if I recall correctly, started with, US, Europe, China, then Singapore. Now even in Malaysia also, they have a department at national level, AI, I think AI Hub or AI Center. Sole responsibility of that department is to look after AI responsible implementation, innovation, and how they can collaborate with other world, scientists around the world. So a lot of countries, they are now coming in. And recently, America also took initiative. And actually, last month or 2 months ago, there was an open source algorithm shared by Chinese AI startups. And it was a big news where they use tenth of cost what OpenAI use. This is what they claim, but that was also like, that's where a lot of other countries, like 12 countries, take it seriously, and now they are actually implementing more resources or allocating more resources towards AI. Okay, then I will cover very quickly the terms AI, machine learning, deep learning, and Gen AI, and then share some of the applications. And if on the right side, you see this is where artificial intelligence is a broad topic, then you specialize into it. That's where machine learning comes in, and we use neural networks and deep learning takes place. Okay. Right, so this slide, I got it from Google. You can search, there are a lot of multinational companies, they are giving you free AI courses. So go register with these courses and, like upskill yourself, because as we were discussing before start of this webinar, we can't run away from AI. Everywhere there is AI. So it's good to know the basic concepts behind AI. It's actually mimicking human intelligence. For last 70 years, I would say, scientists are working on mimicking how human learn. So they are converting that into applications, into softwares, into hardwares, and machine learning is subfield of AI. Then when we come into machine learning, there are two different types of machine learning models, supervised and unsupervised. When we talk about supervised, experts monitor each and every output given by the algorithm and give feedback immediately, instant, to fine tune again the algorithm. And in unsupervised learning, that's where we were discussing about inference. Now shift is move. No more, I mean, they're paying less attention on LLMs, more on how refinement of these algorithms so that they can learn from unseen data. I'm simplifying all these terms. Technically, you need to know mathematics. You need to know artificial neural networks, need to adjust the weights and a lot of scripts and programming. Okay, so this is a workflow when it's under supervised learning. So you have input data. Now this data could be in any format. The latest version, even before webinar, Prof. Shahid was highlighting, writing script for movies or even dramas, or even singing a song or writing a poetry, or in image form or in text form or even in voice form. Then you apply a model, and model will, or algorithm will, give the predicted outcome. The training set data is here. You match it with expected outcome. If there is a gap, what we call that technically as error. So we'll go back, adjust the model until unless we get the required rate of error, then we fix the model. Okay, like we make sure that model is now no more changes in that, and we give this model in this unsupervised learning mode. From laboratory, we move into application. And that's where there is a component, some of the algorithms where They will have still much learning going on. And we were discussing, I think, a few weeks ago also with Prof. Shahid and a few others. Don't expect first day any new LLM model or application will give you expected outcome. Spend at least few weeks, interact with application, so that application should know you. They try to profile you. What's your format? What's your profile? What's your liking? From which background you are coming in? And then the algorithm or application will adjust accordingly. Okay, so next I will share a video. So do let me know if you could not hear the sound. Then I will try to. This video is from NVIDIA, one of the top company who builds chips dedicated for AI. We call GPUs, graphical processing units, meant or specialized for huge AI related computation. Can you hear the sound? Just type yes, no.
Yes, we can hear the sound.
Okay, perfect.
I am a visionary. Illuminating galaxies to witness the birth of stars. And sharpening our understanding of extreme weather events. I am a helper, guiding the blind through a crowded world.
I was thinking about running to the store.
And giving voice to those who cannot speak.
Do not make me laugh.
I am a transformer, harnessing gravity to store renewable power. And paving the way towards unlimited clean energy for us all. I am a trainer, teaching robots to assist, to watch out for danger, and help save lives. I am a healer, providing a new generation of cures and new levels of patient care.
Doctor, that I am allergic to penicillin. Is it still okay to take the medications?
Definitely. These antibiotics don't contain penicillin, so it's perfectly safe for you to take them.
I am a navigator, generating virtual scenarios to let us safely explore the real world and understand every decision. I even helped write the script. Breathe life into the words en muchos idiomas y escribí la música. I am AI, brought to life by NVIDIA, deep learning, and brilliant minds everywhere.
Okay, so hope this video actually clarifies the areas or categories or way of life where AI is actually already giving us promising results, you know. So let's move on, and any questions or anything you would like me to elaborate more or further in which you have watched in the video, or anything which excites you? You can type in the chat any wow factor from that video. All okay? Right.
I have a question, Hasnain.
Yes, please.
Watching the video
Mhm.
and considering ourselves being the visionary and helping institutions fulfilling their needs as they hire us and all, I'm afraid when I'll
Mhm.
goodbye by all these hiring agencies to me, would AI replace me very soon?
No, I think it's yet to reach to that level. We still need your expertise in form of your knowledge, in form of your experience and data to train any AI applications. So we're still dependent on humans. Okay. So it's a mix of human plus AI. Yes. For next, maybe I would say 30 years. Unless we reach to that level that
Oh, I'm safe. I'm retiring earlier than
yeah. Yeah. Okay, so deep learning where they use neural networks and it try to extract more pattern from the data. And normally very unstructured, non-linear types of problems or data you can feed into these neural networks, and it could actually extract patterns. And then you try to give, once it's trained, you can give them unseen data, and it could try to make meaning out of that data. And in the diagram, on top you have the data in different format. Then here we have different layers. You can add in multiple layers in the middle. It all depends on what exactly you want from the algorithm, and the last layer will be the output. And in between all these nodes, we try to adjust weights. That's what technically they do. Okay, another question. How are you going to use AI for teaching and learning? Yeah, you can use chat again. Just type for what purpose you think AI could be very helpful for you. Just type one word and single word or few words, in the chat. Or if you have mic, you can use unmute mic and just speak out.
How about grading papers?
Yes, very, very
Yeah.
powerful. Generating teaching cases. You
Mhm.
mean cases as if you're talking about medical scenarios? Yes. Yes, but can't afford. Yeah, but you mean you can't afford the cost of these AI softwares? I will be sharing some of the open source which are free.
And
You only need to, yes, please, Prof.
Hasnain, AI-based assessment. AI-based assessment.
Yeah,
What do you say about that?
yeah. So you mean AI-based creating the assessment, like what
Yes.
type of assessment? Yeah,
Yes.
that's very powerful in that also. You see, all the power of AI or any AI application or software or algorithm based on the related data set which you are going to let that algorithm train on. So that is how the latest, I will be sharing with you the DeepSeek, how come they actually produce better results, because somehow they got access to huge amount of data and they categorize and simplify the data for algorithm. So it all depends on the trained data set, for sure. It can even...
DeepSeek free? Is DeepSeek free?
Yeah, it's free. It's free.
Oh, so we can
I
just download it from Play Store?
Yes. Yeah. You can download. There are 3, 4 free applications or platforms I'm going to share today.
Okay,
Just
great.
hold on.
Thank you.
And after assessment assessment, my next concern is, and a real concern is the
Mhm.
research. So
Yeah.
AI can improve literature review, because in research, when you get
Yes.
indulged into research, the first most and the most time consuming is the literature search. So
Yes.
evidence synthesis by AI, how would it make
Yeah.
it simple in research?
Yeah. I remember like writing the literature review or a paper on, review paper where we have to refer to, few hundred papers in that
Exactly.
topic. And then, but in now, I don't need to actually go and search. I can rely on AI. AI could summarize every paper you can suggest how many lines you want, in which format you want. And the recent chapter I was writing, I need to change the style of referencing, and I actually ask AI. And AI, although a lot of referencing applications have that feature way back, but now a generic AI tool can do also that job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because when you get this done by AI, you really feel ashamed, because sometimes this literature review that I would be doing myself on my own is not as good as the AI has produced it for me. So I
yeah,
felt
but
like, should I include AI as part of my co-authors, or it's really I was
yes, that,
taken aback. Oh, what is this?
yeah, but again, I won't recommend anybody to just get the output and publish it. You still need to review it. There will be a lot of errors. Yes, what you just now highlighted, the discussion is going on, but if you put co-author, there is a legal challenge. What if something goes wrong with that publication? Being a human, we can sue you, but being a application where we will sue, how we can make them accountable. So that's the reason why they are not allowing. Okay, thanks for taking active part. Yes, Pa?
So,
Yes,
Loch,
Hassan, yeah.
yeah, how
Gigi.
can we, I teach clinical surgery, which is based on history, clinical examination, and my
Right.
assessment.
Yeah.
If you have a patient who's complaining of many things, and then you have to assess, how would AI tell
Yeah.
me that this patient has got appendicitis without me examining the patient?
Okay. You need to give, for sure, you have several years of experience, several patients of similar symptoms, you have actually managed it. So feed in that data to a chat bot, AI bot, and that
Yeah.
chat bot will interact, ask questions which you have been asking for 10 years or 20 years. I don't know how long your career is.
Yeah.
So it
And nearly
it
30
could
years.
wonderful. So you can build a chat bot and fed in all 30 years of cases, similar cases, having same symptoms. So that bot will ask questions on your behalf to the patient, and you relax. You just check anywhere your bot, which is trained based on your data, went in sometime wrong path, slightly wrong. You can intervene, and you can actually bring AI bot to the right track.
Will
You
it
can do that.
Hasnan, just expanding this question, very interesting question, because when I look back into my clinical background,
Yeah.
this question relates me very much. So what this question deep down is asking is about the decision making, clinical
decision making? Yes.
right? So this,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You want to say something?
No, this is what, Professor, this is the thing that, it's your
Yeah.
clinical decision making.
Yeah. So ultimate,
and every patient is different. You make a wrong decision on the chat box and the patient dies of peritonitis. And without touching the patient, without seeing somebody has got peritonitis or peritonism or diffuse tenderness or, guarding,
with
it's not possible.
sorry, with all due respect of professors, you have changed the scenario. Just now you were saying about patient history, taking dialogue.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
am giving you answer on that. I'm not giving you
Okay.
answer on
Okay.
complete case
Okay.
management.
What will
Because
happen?
we are taking you as an AI.
So,
Yeah.
and I
We are
repeat,
testing you.
no, you can test, no worries.
I,
But
I,
I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
you know, Zafar, the
yeah,
examination by a physician and a surgeon
yes,
differ. You know,
yeah,
a pediatrician
yeah,
can say that this patient has got nothing, whereas a
yes,
surgeon looks at the
agreed.
face and said he's got peritonitis. How is AI going to help me in that?
Yeah. So you see, this is my 5th time I'm saying don't completely rely on AI,
Okay.
because we have to make somebody accountable when it comes to, I think
Absolutely.
some of the slides at the end I will share. And in AI summit in France, they totally agreed and they have highlighted these issues. But what I'm trying to, I was reading one report, they are using AI more than 70% in administrative related tasks. So in my own university, we are using AI chatbot on clinical cases, in virtual medical clinical cases. And it gives a very active, it allows learners to interact with chatbot and ask questions which were not in the case, which well, while designing, we did not put. But when they ask questions and we have uploaded the knowledge base given by the clinician, it actually surprises us. Like sometime it read each and every line and in between line also, and gives some very nice answers. So I'm again saying we are not going to replace clinician, we're not going to replace doctors, but AI could assist us, can expedite the process and assist us. Okay, I give you
Okay.
another example. Image processing. A naked eye could not even identify. Like you are seeing my face on a screen, with human eye, you may not see exactly how many moles I have on my face, but same image you give to AI, it could detect even a mole which yet appeared or going to
Uh,
appear after 3 years, and can
ag-
highlight a point, there's something
uh,
wrong.
agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed. Agreed.
yeah.
Totally agree.
So we can use AI where AI got strength, and we
Okay.
use human where humans are advanced than AI. Okay. Hope
Yeah.
thanks for interacting. Okay, I like that. So let's move on, and hopefully you will get more clarity as we move on. So generative AI, that's the term they come in, coin in, where they use large language model, and it's a subset of deep learning. And why it says generative AI, that you need to prompt, you need to give something based on your input, algorithm will generate something. Okay, that's why it says. And large language models, you need these, now they are adding more domains also. So you need artificial intelligence, you need natural language processing. That's where writing an email, summarizing a journal, or providing or giving a feedback is strength of generative AI applications. I have been using Google Notebook LM. Wonderful. It could actually generate a podcast. And the recent feature, while there's a dialogue between two characters, you can intervene in, and you can ask questions, and they can change live. They can actually generate voice-based answer to your query. And that really amazed me. I will be sharing at the end my YouTube channel, where I have actually uploaded in detail all these applications, and we need computer vision. And the red dot is in the middle, where generative AI or large language actually intersection of all this. So hope is clear. And then now we are moving into small language model also. So this is where can be installed on your phone. You don't need internet connection, very specialized, very, specific on certain areas, like for example, chiropractic, So when you go visit chiropractic, it gives you some exercises or some practice to do, or some process back home you need to do. So you can have a small language model as an app, and let patient or let public can actually interact with that, or even training simulation. And it can provide very personalized patient interaction, and it can protect your data because it's secure. It's not connected to any internet or live or cloud. Okay. Now, this is where the shift is moving. Last time we work on models. So there are limitations. When we have model, we have limitation of models were trained on certain limited number of data sets. It may be in terabytes, but still it's limited, you know. Then very hard to adopt when we have models. But now we are shifting. We call that as complex systems, or they call AI agents or large language model agents. Now, what they do, they actually try to uh, perceive the environment. Like, for example, just now the scenario we were discussing about patient, and if you have AI agent, it could interact with not only Dr. Hassan data only, maybe Prof. Shahid data also. Just now, like Dr. Hassan was saying about pediatric, will say nothing. So it could, and without our intervention, you know. So this is how agent works. It autonomously take actions. So you will be get frightened, know what's going on, but it's very helpful and it's happening. Let me give you an example. For sure, everybody have this experience buying something online as a e-commerce transaction happen, and every one of you using different banks, right? So behind that website where you purchase some, you know, clothing or something, some product, it will automatically interact with your bank if you are registered profile, you have registered a profile there, and it can make transaction. And there are so many other places where this kind of limited AI agents working. Okay, so this is what I would like to highlight. And soon I will be doing a live broadcast also on, uh, I experimented in 2000, a very simple agent. I was young at that time. I created, you know, I used network cable only. So I send that agent, mobile agent, it's a short code, to my colleague's desktop, and it changes the background of that computer, and it did a screenshot and sent back to me. So that's how now they are making the same mobile agent a small short code, but they are actually making it more having artificial intelligence. Okay, so by doing this, it could improve its performance and acquire knowledge which were not part of the training data set. So this is where the shift is moving. Another simple example, nowadays, most of travelers, they are doing this. They are using AI agents. You just need to give, I want to travel to a city and I have 3 days. Okay. Or if this agent have access to your academic calendar of your institution, then you don't need to give the dates. You just say, I want you to plan a 3 days trip in this year, and it should be this criteria. And that mobile AI agent will go check your calendar, your workload. It will propose most appropriate date for you. And then it will even suggest most appropriate hotel, most appropriate activities for that particular city which you want to go. So this is where the AI agent is playing role. You don't need to do. If you go back, I remember booking or reserving a seat on a plane was headache. You know, we have to go sit with travel agents. You know, and they, I don't know, they have a. I have actually seen those system, text-based system. You know, and they will key in codes. They will extract, you know, shortest path, cheapest route, which airline have like more benefits, all those commands, you know, command based, and they were expert in that. Now all that is converted And no more, we don't need travel agents, right? AI agent is app. AI, yeah. I don't know if you're asking a question. Yes, there are so many apps which even we don't know. The apps we are using, they may have this AI agent features, okay, which running at the back and getting all the data for us. Okay, so this is how it works, where still large language models will be core to the agent, but agent will have more access to different tools. It can actually go and communicate with other algorithms, other data, or even it can store some kind of memory. Like in the past, you were having, okay, one apart from it. Yes, you're right. Emotional intelligence, yes, that's where AI is still working. Okay. And then you have a prompt, and then agent will have a response. Okay, on right side, you have DeepSeek and Ministral. That's the platform recently launched by Europe after DeepSeek. Okay, DeepSeek is actually opposite. Sorry for that, the logo. And then we have ChatGPT by open source. So this is how AI agent works. So still you need artificial intelligence foundational principles. You need that. You need AI agents, like previous slide I explained to you the flow. And then it may lead to AGI, artificial general intelligence, like you can ask anything. And that's where once we reach to AGI level, yes, there are a lot of humans or personal jobs we don't need. We replace by AI. And this may take 20 to 30 years. Okay. Yes. Now here, I'm just moving to ethical framework and what it should take care of when we are talking about ethical frameworks. So it gives you guideline and principles to address ethical implications. And I use UNESCO framework, ethical frameworks. So if you want to be more practical, then I would suggest that use this UNESCO framework. Google it, you will get, I think I have a QR code which addresses that document you can actually download. Form a committee in your institution, sit down and discuss, and bring all stakeholders in that meeting and ask them. And then that's how the main objective is to provide a safe and inclusive learning environment for our learners. So when we are talking about teaching and learning, okay? So that's the main principle or main goal or objective to achieve by forming these ethical frameworks. Key elements when you're talking about ethical frameworks, transparency, you need to, that's why you can compare DeepSeek now, or now after DeepSeek provide this feature, um, uh, other applications already have inputted that. Now you click that, it will gives you why that algorithm have reached to that decision and giving you that output. So it gives you logic, reasoning. So that's where it makes it more transparent, but here, when we are talking about transparency, you need to inform all stakeholders whether they can use AI or not. I think now that debate is already over, Now, most of the institutions, they agreed that we should use AI. Okay, then equity. So once we decided to use AI, then make sure everybody should have access. Just now, one of our participants was saying the costly. So make sure all stakeholders in that country maybe have equal access. That's where equality come in. And we should use that for benefit of all students, and adaptability. And that's where these kind of sessions, training should be provided. So all stakeholders, they must able to use the tool, AI related tools to the maximum. Okay, they should not struggle with the tool, right? Now, this is the overview of UNESCO AI framework, where they have comprehensive development. They have engaged from different part of the world key stakeholders and ask them to develop this framework. And recent example is in the Paris, they have AI Summit, and they also agreed to have more international collaboration, and it should be more value-driven approach. So in UNESCO framework also they highlighted, and I would also ask each and every one of you, if you are implementing, do test whether its impact in a positive way the learning experience of students or not. If not, then change your strategy, Okay. Yes, here also they have like diversity, equity, and check the educational impact. And even they highlighted the culture preservation, but still, although the biasness gap is reducing now in these algorithms, but still there are when it comes to history, So I would suggest if you come across something given wrongly, the output is wrong, factually wrong, do interact with algorithm and give back the feedback. And that's how most of the algorithm, they have this feature, they will learn, they will add in, they will correct it. But that's how you can reduce the gap. Because if we are not giving this interaction or this experience to these algorithms, the gap will be widening from developed and, underdeveloped countries, all the cultural, gap. So we should teach, we should learn, make these LLMs to learn from us. Okay. Hope is clear, right? Now here, I move to AI literacy framework, which actually do consider ethics as a part of it. And this is by Stila Lee. You can Google on LinkedIn. She's very active. And this is where you need to have AI fundamentals for everybody. Data fluency, you need access to data. The more access to data, the more refined algorithm, the more accurate information we can have. We need to include critical thinking and fact checking. So recent algorithm, I was telling you, they give you reasoning also. And you need to check and test diverse use of cases and see how AI algorithm is actually performing. And AI ethics is one of the part. AI pedagogy, how we can apply AI to enhance learning and meeting the outcome. I think next slide, I will cover Bloom's taxonomy as contextual context to AI, and assessment is already there. I think some of you already asked questions, and then future of work can be included. There are a lot of new features coming in and in AI applications. So how we can address that? Mr. Feng Chun Mao, that's under UNESCO AI department. He's leading that. And he has actually a lot of documentation. I'll be sharing his work under his team, and UNESCO already published it, where AI competency framework for teachers, then he prepared AI framework for students also. So here also they put ethics of AI. So human agency, human-centered use, and AI society skills included in that. And then you have AI pedagogy also and professional development. Right. So may I know very quickly what key ethical aspects you feel you're going to face or you're facing in AI adoption? Please list down, and then we can have just 2 minutes discussion and then move on, because there are a few more slides I need to cover.
Hasnain,
Like
can I?
Yes, please. Please.
So I'm
Please.
very concerned and rather saddened with all that is happening, because the human factor is going away. I attended a webinar yesterday. Give me a couple of minutes. It's very fast. I mean, it's the right time. Perhaps you said you have a minute. Well, I could wait to listen, but I'd like to share this one thing. The discussion that was there in yesterday's webinar, which was conducted or run by very senior scientists, geneticists and professors of nuclear medicine, neurodiversity, etc., very frightening things, very, very frightening things. I mean, I was really shaken up. And the question that was asked, this is the question that you're asking, what are the key elements in ethics? Who's responsible? Is it the machine that's responsible, or the human being, or the scientist? So they said classically, as I would say, and I'll chapter also, that's the human, it's the person who has a knife in the hand, he's responsible for uses for cutting somebody's throat or using slicing an apple. I think that's switched on my camera. What they said, that there is a new hypothesis that it's called thesis actually. It's called value neutral thesis, which means that AI can be held responsible partly apart from the human mind and human activity. Now, this needs further deliberation. It means that you're talking about something like Colin-Ridge dilemma, which is something new, never heard of it before. That's the dilemma that's coming up, which means you're addressing developing emerging technologies. And these challenges are meant for the scientists who are developing these AI technologies, because they should be able to handle it more than you and I can. We can talk about various things. Now, one of the things that I'd like to mention here, which frightened me, is the use of AI in genetic engineering. We all know that Dr. Azra was here a couple of weeks ago, and Hasnain moderated it. She talked about various things in terms of genetic modification things. But we know about this called CRISR. Cas9 is a gene editing technology, whereby you can modify the mRNA and insert a new DNA to change the human personality, human traits, and what have you. And you can also go into the brain, and that's the process called deep brain stimulation, whereby you can change the thoughts, and the person who's a naive person like Hasnain may become a killer like me. So I think lots of very frightening things that I think. So I'd like to discuss that when you come to the end of the discussion. But my personal view is that equity, adaptability, confidentiality, privacy, sharing the data, because all this data, which is going big data, can be hijacked and can be used for different purposes. These are my concerns. And then final word, autonomy. Autonomy of the human person. Person as person, the self, which is defined by Plato, is somebody, even Descartes said that I am because I can see and I can think. AI would probably amalgamate all these various things and mix them into a dough, which can be molded into a naan or a cake or a baking, whatever. So my thoughts are concerning. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Parshabi. Yeah, and we have some questions and some concern also, which somehow related also, like dependency and lack of originality. Yes, so that's where previously in America they were going for tightly regulating AI sector, but recently due to this race between different developed countries, they are relaxing it. But I think what they have agreed in Paris AI Summit, they again wants the key player in the world to sit down and come up with rules and regulations. Okay, so yes, you're right. And delusion of data, yeah, that's where I was actually highlighting. We from developing countries, this part of the world, we need to actually interact more. And to address this concern by Prof. Ahmadi, like the application of technology, that it has consideration, indication for patient safety and tissue safety. Yeah. So again, those scientists who are developing these applications, I would suggest people like you should be sitting with them and setting the rules and regulations. And again, back to this basic rule, which Prof. Shabi already started the debate, but I would still stick that any output given by AI application, human should be responsible, should be accountable of. So whatever is given by AI, expert need to review it. It all depends on what level, of security you want or safety you want. So hope is clear. Thanks for taking part in the discussion. So let's move on. So this is the AI competency framework for student. You can scan this QR code. Link is given down there. This is from UNESCO. And I have actually collection from all different countries, but I don't want to share all here. The recent one was from Nigeria, just a few weeks ago. And then on right side is for teachers, about 50 pages, this booklet where they list down all detailed different competencies a teacher should have. Okay, if all okay, just type yes or five, type 5 in the chat, and then I will move to next slide. Or you can Google it. I think you can get access to these documents, okay? These are few more, where they address all AI related, What's your opinion about copyright, regulation, and AI? It's gray area. You can't simply publish output of AI generated, but there are certain journals, very limited. They are doing research on AI output, so they allow you to publish the publication generated by AI, because the title or objective of those journals are to evaluate AI generated content. Okay. Yeah, so this is what Bloom's taxonomy, where Dr. Philip actually, Philippa, yeah, forget. So she's also very active. She's more on instructional design and merged with AI. So here she actually converted when it comes to analyze what you need to do. And when it comes to disrupt or create, so even the latest one I was reading, our students should able to generate AI applications. Okay. So this is across different discipline, whether they are from computer science background or not. So when we are talking about create level, they should at least customize, integrate different applications, and they should able to, use them. So this is what new competency we need to work and incorporate all this into our curriculums. Okay, so now moving on to sharing some of the applications. Lot of areas in our daily life you could see AI is there, right? AI application key elements, it should generalize the learning. Whatever in supervised machine learning, they should able to generalize. If the data set given is for certain domain, they should actually able to answer in other domains also. And there must be reasoning ability, and recent LLMs, they have this. And problem solving, of course. And this is where we are, like different categories. We are just touching the strong AI box, So if you're talking about super AI or AGI, we need another 20 years, Weak and narrow, yes, that was in the past. Now we are in a strong AI. Maybe some of the applications are in the middle of the strong AI box, and then they are researching how to make it AGI. But there are a lot of debates going on, like what you also highlighted and discussed about, intelligence, You were discussing about that, and human related feelings and human related, aspects of applications, how we can humanize AI, So this is what they are discussing. To use any applications, you need to have a proper prompt. You need to prompt it, Yes, Dr. Fatma, you're right. You highlighted yeah. I was actually discussing with one professor what will be the future of these publications, because now without your knowledge, the editing document, word editing or text editing applications may have AI built in without your knowledge. And so you are actually getting help from AI, right? So yes, so they are discussing. So I don't know what is their conclusion yet. There are a lot of journals, they are still publishing, articles, and maybe we need to, in computer science domain, I remember we had that white paper concept, So we just share ideas and let it role is open access. Everybody can come in and discuss. So we never publish paper, like it's white paper, everybody discuss, it's a working document, and we add on. And later on, maybe people copied those ideas and converted into commercial products. I don't know. But this is how I think in my personal opinion, we will be going back into that where everything is open access, right? So in prompt, you need to have tasks, you need to have context, and give some example to guide AI, and have some persona which emulate. And you can write that, like I want you to act as a professor. I want you to act as a designer. I want you to act as engineer. Then you will see the output will be totally different. Give the format and the tone. At the bottom, there is a prompt example. You can actually, if I'm not mistaken, this is promptai.com. If you go search, you will get all different prompts from this site. Yeah, this is another one, aimarketer.ai. You get different prompts there. So this is another example. How expensive and how intelligent learning management system you have, but you don't know how to prompt, is waste of resource. It's like you buy a very sophisticated, expensive car and you don't know how to even start. Or even you're able to start it, but you don't know how to shift the gear. So this is where prompt, you need to know how to dialogue, how to interact with AI applications. Okay. Now, moving on, sharing. By the way, these slides, some of these slides I have made using Gamma. So I will be sharing that. I'm using it for more than 3 years, free of cost. Although it's a paid application, but they have this referral features. Hopefully they will continue, Okay, so Perplexity is one of the famous application in my university, and a lot of other colleagues also confirm that, yes, among students, they are using it, okay? My personal, I prefer cloud, but recently I'm using more open source, and I will be sharing that. ChatGPT is there. Now they have added different versions, This is where DeepSeek, you can scan this QR code or go to my YouTube, and I have shared all the comparison in detail. And I have even demo it. Same prompt given to different platforms, and I compare that. So DeepSeek is leading in a lot of areas. Okay. Then there are a few more open source startups in China, and they have launched, and I have also compared those. Some of them are much advanced when it comes to graphic generation. I think Quinn is one of them, and Kimi. So only, I think one of them will allow you without login, you can actually use. Now, how to use them, because someone, I think Dr. Sujita was asking that, is free. There are many ways, 3 ways you can use. One is web-based. You don't need to install any application. The other, you need to go to the store and download app on your phone. And then you still need an internet connection. The third option, you need a computer with graphical processing card, okay? And you can download everything, install it on that. You don't need internet connection. It will run on your machine. So it's open source, and you can change source. You can change code. You can even enhance it further. And if you want to know how in detail, it's on my YouTube, or you Google it. There are a lot of people who already shared step-by-step guide how you can install DeepSeek in your premises, in the institution. So you need a slightly faster computer than the computer you're using, and you can install that. Yes, for last 2 weeks plus, I'm using this Mistral. Yes. Yes, Dr. Sajita.
No, I said a thank you.
Okay. No worries. No worries. Yeah. Okay. So Mistral is from European Union. Okay. I I'm testing it. Yes, even I think I will share some of the graphics generated by this Mistral. Yeah. Gamma, the application I'm using for generating PowerPoint slides. If you scan this QR code, you can get 200 coins at the sign up. Get referral link like this. So everybody who scan using your referral link, you will get 200 and they will get also 200 coins. I have 20,000 coins, so I'm not using that much. Okay, this is another one-stop center for all our teachers. I would say they keep on adding different tools. MagicSchool.ai is a US-based educators. They develop this. Asians, most of them, they have developed this platform, and you can certify yourself with them. So get a AI certified teacher. Okay. For research tools, I think Prof. Shahid also asked and a few others. Research Rabbit, use that dedicated tool for research. Um, Teachology.ai, this is for lesson planning, build assessment, dedicated for teachers, for facilitators, And Prof. Shahid also asked about assessment. So yes, try test these tools and generate one Gmail ID for testing these tools and see whichever tool is giving you your expected outcomes, then you can subscribe. And this is connected papers, very powerful. What Prof. Shahid was asking, doing, literature reviews. I use my own paper. 2012 I published, and you see all this in the center. It gives me whoever referred to this paper. Okay, this is also very simple tool but very powerful. You have a PDF, you have a paper, you upload this, and based on that PDF, it will act as a bot. So you can chat with this application, and you can ask them question like, for example, give me the methodology they use in this paper, or give me the references, and so many other questions you can ask based on the paper. I'm reading Prof. Shahid's comment there. Okay, right. Now, a lot of people ask me this question in most of my workshops and webinars. Give us one platform, one application. So initially, I could not believe it. I thought it's a scam. But no, I have tested it and I verified it. This is a platform which goes and sign up with different AI applications. So you go subscribe to this platform and you can purchase you will get a coin. You will purchase those coins and you can get whichever application you want to use. So you pay as you want to use. Like if you go subscribe to, for example, ChatGPT, they will give you 1 year. So you need, whether you use or not, you have to pay for 1 year or monthly, right? But here on this platform, Anakin.ai, you can use for one task and then remove it. Based on your usage, they will charge you. Okay, so hope is clear. You can go experiment, use the free coins. They will, if you sign up using this link, you will get 300 coins. Use different applications. This is my dashboard, which I make it bit blur because on the left side, you can see there are different applications. Even I installed Cloud and few others, even DALI, and you can use that on single platform. Okay. Now, thanks to Prof. Shabi again, he actually started on our group about Paris AI Summit, and I get it, the document, and I use, this is another software, napkin.ai. So I upload that document and ask that napkin to generate graphics. So next few slides is the extract of AI Summit just 24 hours ago in Paris happened. And this is what they come out of that meeting. When it comes to AI responsibility, this is where you need to address the benefits and risks. Public engagement is very important, collaboration, and there must be governance. So now all stakeholders present in that summit, AI summit, they agreed that there must be some governance and regulations, what we can use, for what we can use, and for what we can't use. Okay. If we don't do that, it is actually as destructive as any bomb or any atomic bomb. So be careful about that. Now, balancing AI and innovation with safety. So check the potential benefits, health related benefits, and what are the safeties. And some of the safeties and concern you already address and we discuss. They also discuss in that how safe it is for environment. We don't need to go and rush to AI enable because it need more power. There was a research paper which says, we are actually giving, it's like you are driving 4x4 car in the city, but actually it's meant for off-road. So you bought a 85-inch screen and you are not watching any action movies. So you're not managing your resources. So when you are going to use AI related applications, there is a cost involvement. So you need to address and how it impacts the environment, culture, education, and potential risk. All that they need to they discuss that. We all need to sit down and discuss. Then global AI policy for collaboration, they said we need to globally collaborate, okay, and to set some universal standards and come up with global guidelines and ethical AI practices. We need to promote responsible AI use, okay. Now, collaborative AI governance. So this is what all extracted using napkin.ai. Very powerful tool, okay? It can generate very nice graphics. Civil society and industry leaders all need to sit down together and come up with a governance framework. Then AI regulatory framework where transparency, accountability, trust, and right protections should be addressed. I'm almost ending my session. This is my YouTube channel. You can go and watch all recordings I have put there. And we have SIVU also. So all webinars, thanks to SIVU team, like Skina is behind there. She will be uploading all the recording sessions on SIVU YouTube channel also. Okay, so this is my blog, SlideShare, my X handler, H Baloch, and this in summary. I started with introduction, then giving you different terms, then shared with the framework from UNESCO, and touch a bit only at the end from AI Summit in Paris, then shared with you some applications. So now I'm open for question and answer session. Yes.
Hasnain,
Okay.
I have asked you, I have put my question in chat. If you
Okay.
can read, and it's followed through few comments that you can expand on.
Sure. Okay, you asked first, how soon will AI evolve into real intelligence? Until then, professionals like me are safe. So I already gave you rough estimation because nobody was expecting that so fast the AI applications will be rolled out. So even some of them, they are labeling this as fifth industrial revolution or educational revolution.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The question is, Hasnain, our reliance, we like it or not, 50 to 70% has been gone on to AI-based even decision making, even if it comes to clinical decisions making. But I don't see the time is far away when the world will be 100% relying on the AI. What I call it, in my perception, I call it, instead of AI, maybe it become RI, the real intelligence.
Thank you. I like that term. Actually, I again repeat, whatever AI is producing is relying on human experience and data provided by humans. Okay. And all these algorithms are designed by human, by expert. Yes, there was a debate even before preparing this slide and fine tuning. In the Paris summit, also the sideline, they were discussing all the experts. They are also concerned, and they are keeping an eye, and they ask question when AI generated application can generate algorithm on its own without our interference, and that is worrying factor. So but by that time, is my personal assumption that by that time the regulations will be in place and we won't reach. Yes, in movies we have that, robotics take over. So yes, and then you mention about embrace technology into pedagogy.
That
Yes,
was just a comment. I need not, but
yeah.
it reminds me. I am taking you to few years back when I was in Malaysia, University of Science Malaysia. One of
Yeah.
our very senior professor has her PhD thesis, and I was the in charge for CPC there. So I asked her to present, and then in presentation, she hardly could present something in a very camouflage manner. And then the audience asked her, why are not giving us the real thing that you have, as an innovation you have produced? And you know what she answered? She said, this is my innovation. I don't want to share it with. And I said, will you publish it? She said, I will not publish it. So now I'm going many years back to her thoughts. So are you telling us that since the artificial intelligence are developing its algorithm through the human scholarship and intelligence, we should stop publishing?
No. What I was saying, we should not make it in a close. We should make it open source or open
No,
journal. Like
but
every
AI is developing itself through the human intellectuals, right?
yeah.
So I mean that question at that time we all were after that professor. We say, what are you talking about? You don't publish, you perish, this and that. But she said, no, I'll keep my innovation to myself. I will not share it. So I'm thinking,
Yeah.
should we stop publishing not to allow AI to develop their algorithms?
No, but for
Assalamu
benefit of
alaikum.
yes, please.
Can I ask a question? Dr. Hussein, thank you for this excellent presentation. We really have a lot of queries in our mind, and we are now tasked with, at the level of the university, not only the health profession, how best to introduce AI in the curriculum. Should it be a foundational course? Should it be a theme across the whole curriculum? Or should it be like extracurricular separate activities? Is this Paris Summit concerned with that? Were they discussing how to introduce it into higher education curricula?
Yeah.
And what is your views about that, please?
Thank you, Dr. Munna, for. I think if you ask me about education and all that, I would ask you to refer to UNESCO. Paris Summit, as far as I know from the document I received, they were more on commercial, and the stakeholders were commercial side, industry side more. Yes, there were governance also because government agencies were there present. But I would say refer to this document I already shared. Can you see you can scan this QR code? Now, if you ask me, I think if your curriculum give you permission, we have started already way back to introduce elective compulsory course like it's elective. There's no mention of any credit, but everybody, newcomer student have to take that to clear their basic understanding about AI. And we have included even our own institutional guideline as one of the topic or one of the chapter or section in that module. So every institution should start that. In Malaysia, they started at national level. Everybody, they have to do a course, and then you get a digital badge. And then, as I was highlighting to you, there was recently they expect here. They were expecting that every student should now at least know how to use AI application and customize it And there was one at create level, you need to able to build application. So we have to go, which path you have to take, you need to go and assess your own institution resources, and whichever is practically applicable, and do seek help, from your Ministry of Education in your country. They will have a better path already in their, or plan in their mind, and they can follow that. And if you need any help from us, do let me know. No issues in that.
That's
Yes.
exactly what we are doing, Dr. Hussein. We are putting the plan for the country. So I really wanted your
Thank
views
you.
and guidance on that, or any
Sure.
other organization if they have. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. I know that a paper was published in JAMA like 10 days ago about all the competencies, 178 competencies related to technology and AI. But to incorporate that big amount with domains and it was a huge paper, very meticulously looking into all these competencies that we need in higher education and health profession in particular. Because I don't want to do it like a separate course like we have done with patient safety and health ethics. It had very little impact. As you have very rightly said, everything we should do, we should study the impact. We wanted to really, really applied in almost every activity, every assessment, every course like that.
Because I don't want people, or I don't want institution to go ahead of accreditation bodies in your own countries, because uh, s- sooner or later accreditation bodies will realize, and then that will be the time where we can incorporate, like the way technology was separate, computer science was a separate domain, but now every school have computer science subjects, So that's what I think we should start from somewhere and then keep adding on and adding the competencies. Yes, Dr. Rafia, right? If I
Yes, Dr.
Yeah.
Hasnain, Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Walaikum salam. Yeah, I can hear.
Sir, I'm from Pakistan and I'm working in a private medical college. So I have a little bit experience of allowing my students to use Chat GPT to do the assignments of professionalism and ethics. And I taught them that they need to customize their Chat GPT so that it gives them answers from the context of Pakistan and a rural area. But I would want to know, you implemented this system in Malaysia. What challenges did you face while you were implementing this process?
Sorry, can you clarify which process you're referring to? Using AI tools?
Sir, yes, sir, you mentioned that you you have incorporated AI tools in your curriculum in medical institutions as well. So to do this, what challenges did you face?
Okay, first of all, challenges were mostly faced from academics, not from students. Students, they were well versed. Okay, they were only concerned that what is the guidelines or policies at institution level, how far we are allowed to use AI tools. So that's why first thing you need to come up with the clear guidelines and policies for your institution, share among all stakeholders, come up again, go back to the UNESCO framework where if you decided to use AI tools, then you need to make sure that it's available for all students, inclusivity, equity, and all that. You need to address that issue, and then provide proper training. So these are the challenges which we face. And then you need to bring in diverse group in when you're drafting the policies or guidelines. If you're bringing technical people, they have different approach, and they may not even realize what are the difficulties non-technical people are going to face. So you need to bring in that and move on, and always have a flexibility. We may need to change and address as we implement, Hope is clear now, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
No worries. Yeah. Prof. Shahid, I think you raised hand, right?
Yeah, just expanding to the question asked just now. I tell you, we were recently in Barbados. Barbados Medical Council sent the team to all institutions asking one main question with subset of the question that how much the institution is allowing students to get compliments in their doing teaching, learning and assessment using AI. So how much do institution in so many words is allowing students for the AI usability? My counter question to them was how much the faculty be allowed to be trained in AI. I think this question asks about the student assessment. Faculty should be visionary in handling the situation, how to counter rather than changing their entire practice in assessment and teaching learning. For example, I tell you, I give an example. As a medical educator, I was told that the students are doing assignments using ChatGPT and all, so we should abandon assignments. I said, no, I'm a medical educator. Assignment has got its own values, writing skills, communication skills, we cannot have from MCQ and all. So I'm not going to change it, but we have to modify it. And how did we modify it? We asked the students to use your AI and GPT, but
GPT.
give us an analytic of the
Yes.
software you are using. So we know that what software they have used, give us an analytic and give a little critical review on which software you got better than the other. This is one. And secondly, we modified that all assignments will be presented, defended by their peer and by the teacher. So it's not like they submit and we mark them through a rubric and we pass or fail them. They have to present, they have to defend in front of their peer and the teachers. So that way we worked. We didn't abandon the assignments. We make further allowing them to use. So I think faculty training to me, before we consider how much a student should be allowed to use, how much faculty is trained to handle this situation.
Yeah. Thank you, Professor, for sharing your
Can
experience.
can I, sorry, take 2 minutes? I just want to share an example. I have an IT background and I have a certification in data science and AI. I'll give you an example of what AI is. AI is it's just making decisions on the data that you have provided. So recently, a friend of mine needed a headshot for a photo for one of the article that is being published for her, and she didn't had one recent headshot. So she downloaded an application. She shared a photo of her and let them create a headshot from that photo. She was wearing a beige scarf. So she is hijabi, she was wearing a beige scarf. But the AI behind that application was not trained for a scarf. So they started giving her blonde hair, so giving all different kind of haircuts, but they were not trained for a scarf. So the outcome was wrong, 110% wrong. So it's the same thing. I heard Professor Shahid talk and Dr. Ehsan. It's all based on data. You put in good data, you get good results. You put in bad data, you get bad results. So you cannot say AI is perfect or imperfect. It's what you provide for the AI. Somebody with a stomach ache can complain they have stomach ache. I go to WebMD and I get 10,000 different things for a stomach ache, because it's using the data that it has behind and assuming that these could be the outcome. We cannot depend on 100% on AI, because the outcome is not going to be right. I mean, even if you go shopping, right? You go to Amazon, you put one thing in your cart, it will show you 10 things that is related to that, because they are looking at the data from past. They say, okay, if somebody bought a watch, they also bought earrings with it. So they are now enticing you with those earrings because they think you are the same way, or the same kind of thinking you have, which may not be correct. but this is what they're using. They're using the data that was provided to them. So there has to be somebody behind the scene training that AI, training that algorithm over and over and over again with the newer and newer data. So this is always going to be evolving. It's never going to be 100% correct for every scenario.
Right. Thanks for sharing your experience. Yes, any other?
So Hasnain,
Yes, bro.
can I just add to what Sakina just pointed out, that if this is the state of affairs, that the hair might change and the face might change and whatever, because it comes to my mind an article written by my friend, Professor Shabul Hassan, in the encyclopedia that we published on transhumanism. We know that brain chip implant is already there. Naveed has worked in Canada. Because Professor Steve Hawkins lived on that technology. So this webinar that I attended yesterday was showing that technology has come to the stage that the moment you think, that thought will be transferred to the computer, and that computer can either modify it, improve it, or degrade it. It may be very difficult to find out what is real from the fake. That's the problem. And the fear that will the computers and the machines, that AI and deep, whatever that word is, will take over mankind, because they're already starting to replicate. Machines are replicating as we speak. They're talking about replicate, but the data may not be there. The question is, and this is what I feel, that when it comes to the fear, the final fear, that mankind is at the mercy of computers and machines, one scientist, genius like yourself, will put a button and destroy the whole system. And that's my final. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Exciting,
very,
very thought-provoking. Enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, thanks. I think that's why, if you ask me, before we incorporate AI literacy among the stakeholders, we should put in ethics and professionalism to the top. So they should be professional, they should be ethically responsible user of AI, and then only we should allow them to use AI. Otherwise, as you have pointed out, yes, AI is powerful, but if it goes in wrong hands, it's same level of destruction could be happen. So yes, I totally agreed, and I think in my talk I never said that AI is going to replace human. So just to summarize, all I like all that discussions. Secondly, is evolving. So when I use in 99, we run simple task and it took days or weeks. But now things are improving a lot. About the scarf thing, just try use for some days. I use myself. I have changed. I went in, presented in different countries, and I do respect their culture, and I change all my pictures. Those who were not wearing scarf, I asked AI, and AI did it. Yes, not that accurate, but something close to it, and they are improving a lot. So the more we use, the more data we shared, accurate data, the more refined output we'll receive. So back to, I think, Sakina, we may have some announcements, right?
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for joining. We really appreciate your time. And I love the discussions a lot, because we learn so much from each other. So thank you very much. And inshallah, next Saturday, we will have our 5th anniversary celebration, a symposium. So please do join us. There is a flyer that I have been sending out. There is a registration. We really appreciate it. And do put in your correct name so we can provide you a certificate for attendance. So please do join and enjoy these speakers. They're amazing speakers, amazing topics. So we look forward to seeing you next Saturday, inshallah. If there is nothing else, then we can end. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Bye.